To survive, a family took shelter in an underground air raid shelter. Every night, when the world was quiet, the door of the shelter would shake violently. They suspected that terrifying monsters had appeared in the outside world, and if they ventured out, they would certainly be torn to shreds. Fortunately, the shelter was stocked with some canned food and had an old-fashioned water pump. When there was nothing else to do, the family passed the time by playing cards. The little girl would carve a notch on the wall for every day that passed. They initially thought that with the passage of time, the monsters outside would gradually leave. However, even after 300 days, the monsters still occasionally pounded on the door of the shelter. At the same time, the canned food in the shelter was running out. For the safety of their daughter, the couple decided to leave the remaining cans for her and then quietly slip out to find food. However, they didn't realize that the remaining cans were actually already empty because each one had a small hole gnawed into it, and the food inside had long been eaten by rats. The man angrily tried to deal with the rats, but they were too fast. Fortunately, his wife was quick-eyed and quick-handed, and she killed the rat with a wrench. Although the rat problem was solved, in the chaos, an oil lamp was accidentally knocked over on the table. By the time they noticed, the table was already engulfed in flames. For a family living in an air raid shelter, this was clearly a deadly threat. In a panic, the couple hurriedly fetched water to extinguish the fire, and fortunately, they successfully put out the blaze. However, the dust produced by the burning drifted out of the shelter through the ventilation ducts. Realizing that this might expose their hiding place, the couple decided to go out and clean up the dust. Before leaving, they specifically instructed their daughter not to open the door of the shelter, no matter what noises she heard outside. As the couple carefully climbed to the surface, the daughter, who remained in the shelter, wanted to do something for her parents. She took out a periscope and extended it outside from the entrance, quietly observing the outside world. Unexpectedly, just as the girl caught sight of her parents through the telescope, she noticed a dark shadow appearing in the forest not far away. Fearing for her parents' safety, the girl ignored her own fear and hurriedly crawled out of the shelter to quickly inform them about the monster's appearance. At that moment, several frightened deer suddenly rushed out of the woods. Seeing the terrifying atmosphere permeating the depths of the forest, the family was so scared that they immediately scurried back into the shelter. Little did they know that this time, the monster had already discovered their hiding place.